A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. When Jesus saw the crowds, he had compassion for them because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray therefore the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." And he called to him his 12 disciples and gave them authority over unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal every disease and every infirmity. The names of the 12 apostles are these: first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanian, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out, charging them, "Go nowhere among the Gentiles, and enter no town of the Samaritans, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and preach as you go, saying, 'The kingdom of heaven is at hand.' Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse lepers, cast out demons. You received without pay, give without pay." The Gospel of the Lord. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. These are the opening words from today's gospel. After Jesus sees the crowds, he sees the people there and their pain, their suffering. He sees that they need help. And then Jesus turns to his disciples and says this: "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Pray therefore the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest." Immediately after that, Jesus calls his 12 and sends them out, giving them authority over unclean spirits. And he lists, we hear the list of the name of the 12 disciples. Then they receive their mission to go out to the lost sheep. Brothers and sisters, what can we learn from this? Well, a couple things come to mind. First of all, this weekend in the United States, we celebrate Father's Day. Father's Day, this great celebration of paternal love, this one that gives life, the one that protects, provides for, defends, and guards his household. So first thing we can do this weekend, keeping in mind this call of the disciples to do work in the vineyard, is to pray for our fathers, for the fathers of the church and the fathers of the world, that they do their work. Many of the problems that are going on in the world right now are happening because of an absence of fathers, or because of weak fathers, or because of fathers who neglect their duties. If you're one of those fathers, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to get your act together. It's never too late to do what's necessary for the good of your kids. If you are one of those fathers that takes care of your children, that takes care of your household, that takes care of your wife, good. Be an example for other men to follow. So that's the first thing, this point of Father's Day, and how fathers are called to be the shepherds of their household. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. There's a lot of work to do, but we don't have enough people doing the work. The second thing is on discipleship more broadly understood in the church. Jesus says these words to all of us: "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few." What is he saying? He's saying that there's a lot to do in the house of God. And all of us are pretty quick to point out the things that need to be done. But we have to be honest with ourselves. What are we truly doing to help contribute to the welfare and the well-being of our community? If we simply sit around idly and complain about everything but don't lift a hand to improve it, we are part of the problem. So a second thing to take in mind this weekend is, what can you do for the household of God? The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. There's a lot to do, but not many people are doing their part. How can you be more active in your community? How can you be more helpful and more present at your church? What can you do to benefit to the well-being of everyone in your faith family? And then finally, one of the specific missions that the Lord sends the disciples on is to find the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Brothers and sisters, without a doubt, all of us know someone that has left the flock, someone that has left the household, one that has given up on the faith. The third thing that I share with all of you this weekend in light of this gospel is to consider the lost sheep of your family, of our family, and do your part to invite them back. Call them on the phone, send them a message or an email, offer to pick them up and so they can ride with you to church, invite them to go to confession with you, take them to adoration, take them to Mass, do charitable works with them. But brothers and sisters, this is not just the work of only the Pope or just the bishops or just the priests. This is a job for all of us to find the lost sheep of Israel and bring them back. The Lord says this weekend, the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And then he calls the disciples by name and sends them out to find the lost sheep, to heal the sick, to raise the dead, to cleanse lepers, and to cast out demons. He calls you and I by name. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Brothers and sisters, I invite you to respond to the call from the Lord to be his faithful disciple.